Oh, let's do this. Good evening, boys, and welcome to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku, live from Baku. We are at round 6, round 5 or 6. Jay is looking for bigger stuff. Well, let me just mute everybody. Alright, so boys, welcome to Purple Sector Racing. It is round 5 of the season 1. We are live from Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Azerbaijan. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We are live for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. By the looks of it, we're just waiting for a couple more people to join, and qualifying will be underway here in Azerbaijan. Oh. Boys, it is in Azerbaijan. We're in the city of Azerbaijan, here in Azerbaijan. No, we're in the city of Baku for the Baku Grand Prix here in Baku. We're in the Middle East. Yeah, we had Monaco last, and it was, I believe, 4 runners finished out of 11. So, a hectic race, and hopefully another hectic race tonight. And here we are, qualifying is underway. 18 minutes of the fastest laps you'll see all weekend fighting for that pole position. We've got 15 runners here tonight. Whoa. Minute. Right, boys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We're here in the Azerbaijan pit lane. I hope you can hear me. Just going to wait for somebody to come out of the pits. We'll join them on their outlap and see what the pole position time is going to be. The race Jack is in Azerbaijan. By the looks of it, we have one of the Alpha Tauris coming out. It is Boris Todd. Let me just get it up. Boris Todd is 4th in these standings with 52 points. So, with a good result here, he could take the lead of the championship. I'm just going to join him on his outlap and see how he does on his flyer. Let's go through who else is out. We've got Federbriggy, Goodwill, Patrick's out, Smurphy's out, Aston's out, Hacksaw is out, as well as Chispet and Cruston. It's going to be interesting to see if there is going to be any incidents at that castle chicane. Very high speed track is this, so I can imagine there could be potential for a couple of safety cars. Could be even more interesting if it is wet as well. So let's just get lap data, track map. Right, here we are. We're going to join Boris on a lap. He is starting with the medium tyres. Let's see if he can put in a good set a time on the mediums. Here he is. No squirms just yet. Hasn't made any mistakes. You know, for a good lap. There he is, through the difficult part of the track. Up to the chicane. Now is he going to be clever and try and get a bit of slipstream off the Alpine in front of him? Oh, very wide on track limits, but does not invalidate it. He's set a purple middle sector. He's going to get some slipstream off the Alpine down the pit straight. This could definitely set him on for a very good time here tonight and a chance at pole position on the mediums. What is it going to be? A 1:41.3 on the mediums. That is the time to beat. Smurfy sets a 1:41.7 on the softs. So you can just see the difference in what that slipstream does. Park getting closest with a 41.5 all round. Goodwill a bit off the pace, so potentially a bit of damage. I don't know. Federbriggy, Boris's teammate, goes about half a tenth quicker on the softs. What a lap that is. Wow. I'm going to try and get Cruston coming up to the line, and I can imagine he will be abandoning this lap. It is a 1:40, so yes, he's abandoning the lap. Got Ashton coming through, he has invalidated his lap anyway. Jay's coming through, getting very squirrely there. Is he going to abandon this, or is he going for it? He opens the DRS. Where is this going to put him? He's going to be... Oh, he gets into the 139s with a 139.835. Let's get to his teammate, Andriopoulos. Can he take his teammate off a pole? question is, no, he can't. Close to a 142, but little Jim on the medium set of tyres goes a tenth faster than our championship leader Jay. What a tyre from him, and I have no doubt that he will be setting a top 10 time on the mediums and qualifying on them here today. Pat goes about half a second faster. I didn't even notice that Chiss setting a brilliant time. Gino sets in a 41 flat to send him close to the top. Who have we got? We've got a McLaren coming through. That is Hacksaw. What time is this going to be? I feel like he's going to abandon this lap, is he not? No, he's going for it to set time in. And it's going to be a 1:44.8. Not a best lap, but you've got some competition down there with the other Alpine, just going through the castle section. Let's see. How far up is he going to be out of the second sector? He's only 27 thousandths up on his previous time. So it's going to be a similar time to 144. Oh, and he's put it in the wall. I have no doubt that will be damaged and back into the pits for Justify. We've got Goodwill following behind these grades of the wall as well. Is he going to abandon this lap? He's got the DRS open. He's not abandoning the lap, so I'm going to guess not too much damage. Gino has retired from the session through the fast part of Sector 2. Didn't manage to see that. But what else have we got? We've got Aston coming around for a out lap, so I'm going to see what time he can set on the mediums. Bit squirrely right there, but he looks fine. Got my former teammate as well, Matty Pitt. He's currently in the pits, having not set a time. I wonder if he's just faffing about with his setup or whatnot. There we are. Aston is on the mediums as well, so it's going to be interesting. Jim's also gone out the mediums. Andriopoulos has retired on the very long straight. He is retired. I don't know what's happened there, but it could hurt him for the race. I'm going to follow Aston round, see what he can get on the mediums. Oh, he's hit the wall there now. Does he have damage? That is the question. Hi Jack, the race is in Azerbaijan. We're here for the Baku Grand Prix. Yep, keep your questions coming in. So here we have Aston coming towards the line. What sort of time is he going to get? It's going to be a 1:40.4, putting him P9. So we're going to look through. Chish is coming through for his outlap. We're going to follow him round in a bit. Boris is coming out for his outlap as well. Goodwill on his lap. He's currently 8 tenths down through the first sector, but we're also going to go and join Little Jim. Little Jim's decided he's going to start the race on the soft tyres, but the question is how far ahead is he going to get on this time? How much time is he going to gain changing the compounds of tyre? We're going to find out now. Sector 1 getting a little toe down into turn 3. Smurfy's going to dive out the way to not disrupt this lap. It's turn 4, it's as good as it can be. How far? He's 3/10 up on his first sector time after changing the compounds, with a purple sector 1 as well to go with it. Gets very close to track limits, flirting with them. Castle chicane pretty much perfect, and he's getting as close to the walls as you will want to go. Now this is going to look like a potentially even a 138, maybe even closer to a 137. We'll have to see how far up is he through here. He's only 4/10 up, so maybe not. Maybe it is just going to be close to a 139 flat. Maybe I have over-exaggerated the time. But here we have it. Low Jim, how far or how quick is his time going to be? He's currently at a 139.7. Where's he going to be? He's going to be a 139.132. That puts him 7/10 above JTAC, but he's currently 8/10 up on his personal best time as well. Is Jay going to nick pole position with 5 minutes left to go? Is he going to put himself on provisional pole? He is, beating Little Jim by 6 thousandths of a second. Wow, what a lap. 6 thousandths, wow. We've got Pat on an out lap. Let's see, can he put himself up anywhere close? Now Pat is bouncing off of a win during another league yesterday. Is he going to carry the momentum into this league today? That is the question that everybody will have on their mind. Starts it off, turbo 1, perfectly fine. Pat is definitely capable of getting close to potentially the top 2. It's going to be interesting. Aston dives out of the way in the Alfa Romeo. Quite ironic with him being called Aston. Yeah. Now, how far up on his lap is he going to be going into Sector 2? He's 3/10 up on his lap. He's going to have to find more of that if he wants to be anywhere near pole position, though. Get to the castle chicane, being cautious with the curb and the track limits through there. No mistake through here. The yellow sector behind, but by the looks of it, it's just letting someone through. Matty Pitt is also out on an out lap. He's finally got the car out. So it's probably only going to set 1 or 2 laps. Pat coming through, I believe that would turn 14 maybe. He's lost 2/10 through the second sector. Can he gain anything back? Anything back at all? If not, he's going to have to stick a rocket onto the back of this engine. Thank you, Rob. We will have more of that. But he can only go 1/10 faster. Getting up to P5. Now we're going to drop down. I'm going to see Matthew Pitt's lap. He is out of the pits. My former teammate from when I was in this league. I've since dropped out to let other people have a chance. So I will be rooting on my pit to the end to get the constructors. He's set a purple Sector 1. What a sector that is. To beat JTAC's purple Sector 1 time as well. Through the castle chicane. A little bit slow, that might have lost him a bit of time. He'll have to open up the wheel as well to make the apex, but it's looking like a fine lap here from Matty Pitt. Now the question is, will he be able to get back out get back in and then get back out to get another lap in, or is he going to have to go consecutive laps? Sector 2, he's set a 1:17.8. Obviously, we can't see how far up he is because it's his first lap. I'm going to imagine that it's going to put him somewhere around maybe 7th, 8th. Should be a good start for Matty Pitt compared to where his teammate is looking to be. Hopefully, he can go a bit faster. But here he is up to the line. Maybe not. Matty Pitt's going to set a 1:42.6, putting him 12th fastest. I can guarantee that will not sit well with the Newcastle driver. He's definitely going to be wanting to do a bit better than that. We're going to cut to Hacksaw. He's currently 3/10 down this time, so I would imagine he is also going to abandon his lap, or Hacksaw. It's a 1:45.2, which means he's going to have to try and race that car back round before the checkered flag. JTAC is in the pits, so we've got Jim for an outlap. Mostly 6 thousandths separating these two. Will Jim take pole, or will Jay take pole? We're on board for Jim's lap right now. All he needs is 6 thousandths, so he's going to push this car right to the edge. He's got an Alfa Romeo up in front as well. Hopefully he does not interfere. By the looks of it, Aston will not interfere with the Mercedes driver. The McLaren driver has retired, as well as the Alpine and the Haas driver, so they will not be getting a last chance at pole position. But here we have Lil Jim, a purple sector again. And JTAC will not be setting another time as well, so this is Jim's final chance to get pole position. The only man that can take pole position from the Aston Martin driver. All he needs is 6 thousandths. Is he going to do it? Got on the curb a bit there. Hopefully that doesn't lose him time. He's three tenths up, coming out of the second sector and into the third. Can he keep the time though? Can he keep the time through the long straight? Depending on how much downforce he's got, this could be. Depending on how much downforce he's got, this could be pole position, or it could not. Coming to the line, and it is pole position with a 1:38.54. It's pole position for Little Jim. Who have we got else? We've got Aston, who looks to be abandoning the lap, but that is it. Little Jim is on pole for the 26 laps around Azerbaijan here in Baku. So we have lined up on the front row we have Jim and Jay. Then behind we've got the Red Bull family of Fede Briggy and Pat Verstappen. butchered the name, but he'll have to live with it. I hope you're reacting to this part after you've DNF'd on lap 24. I hope you have a good race. Well, here we are. It is race time here in Baku, Azerbaijan, in Azerbaijan, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We have 15 runners. Will we get 15 finishing? That is the big question. What strategies will people be picking? It looks like it's dry. Is it going to rain? That is the question. Is it going to rain here in the Middle East? It's sunny here, but it could easily be interesting. But here we are. To 5 red lights. And away we go. Jim gets off to a good start. Jim's got off to a better start. And Jim is in the lead on lap 1. There's an Alfa Romeo that's gone a bit wide there. But Jim's got off to a great start. Jay has also got off to a great start. But we have Pat Stappen. Oh, we have an Alpine round. Who is that? That is Cruston. But Pat seems to have had a shocking start. Remember, he qualified, I think, around... he qualified 4th, didn't he? So he's had a shocking start. Potentially even damaged. Doesn't look like it, but he could easily have just a slight graze of damage. Cruston is driving around with no front wing, so that will be an early pit stop for him. Luckily, it's not an early bath for him, unless he can keep it out of the walls. Looking through, Jim's comfortably ahead on lap 1. Both AlphaTauris in P3, P4. Smurfy looking to make a move on the Haas of Goodwill. Gino also had a bad start as well, I believe he... Oh, there is a wing. There is a wing. Wow. Oh, and it was justified. So that is both Alpines going for an early pit stop. It's definitely something that they did not want on lap 1. It's going to be a hard race for these two for the next 25 laps. Oh, but we have Aston and Smurfy coming in. Have they also had a bit of contact? Will they also be changing the wings? Smurfy is, and so is Aston. Gino, I believe, is as well. Gino is as well. As well as Pat. Wow. I imagine this is not the start of the race that all 6 of these drivers would have imagined. We've got a little comment there from Jack, hoping that he hasn't taken up all of the wings while playing in the other league. By the looks of it, they have a wing. You should be fine. You haven't used all of them up. But hasn't got off to the best start for the bottom 6, has it? With Aston with a 15-second gap to Hacksaw, who is sat in 9th. Elsewhere, it looks... Jay's just following him, waiting for the DRS as he's within 1 second. Oh, and that is very comfortable. Yeah, no movement, no fighting. But the bottom 6 are going to have to have work to do. There's a yellow sector 2. Oh, and that's Aston going slow as he grazed the wall. Oh, Smurfy as well. Smurfy has crashed, and that is another wing. And Aston is retired as well, hitting the wall. That is the first DRS has been enabled. That's not the first DRS, but and the VSC is out. Matty Pit pits. That's for another wing as well. It'd be interesting, won't it, Jack? Will Jay catch him? Because in the opening 2 laps, Jay couldn't get anywhere near him, closing it by about 4/10. But Smurfy will be coming round to the pits as well. But what a dreadful start to the race for the McLaren, both Red Bulls, both Alpines, the Ferrari, and the Alfa Romeo, with Aston only running for 2 and a bit laps. There's a shout when DRS activates. It's going to be interesting how well Jim can hold him up. But that's crushed it into the pits again for another wing. I believe he will be going for a record for the wings used in a race. Jack currently has that in Monaco in the DRS Active League. Jack probably used about 1 every lap, so yeah. And there's Jay. He's lost it out of the quick left-right turn, and that could potentially ruin his race a lot. He's going to have to pit for a brand new wing. Luckily, he doesn't put it in the wall on the entry, and that is close to a 5-second gap for little Jim in the lead. Both AlphaTauris moving up to P2 and 3, currently with a double podium finish for him. But where's Jay going to drop down to now? It's going to look like it will be 8th place. Jay's got to be kicking himself at that. Just tried warming up the tyres too much, and luckily he hasn't DNF'd from it. But it's going to have to be a redemption drive for the Aston Martin driver. Oh. The Alpine driver, I believe, has launched it into the pit wall. Might need a VAR on that. Can we get a replay? Any replays? No. He instantly DNF'd after it said that he went into the pit, so I would imagine he's messed up in the pits. And he has been sent for an early bath. Just 13 runners left now. Got 22 laps to go. And it looks pretty set for Lil Jim to win this one. Have to keep an eye on Jay. He's got a 13-second gap to catch up to the Haas drivers. Oh, there we have Andreopoulos making a move on the AlphaTauri of Boris. Is he going to defend this one well? Well, we've got Goodwill in the pits. Is this just for an hour pit stop, or is this another wing? No, it's just the normal pit stop window. He's onto the mediums, I believe. Yes, the medium tyres. I would imagine looking for a 2-stop strategy. But let's pay our attentions back to the fight between the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin. Is the AlphaTauri going to leave it until the DRS zone, or is he going to try and send it somewhere? Flirting with track limits there is Boris. He hasn't tried anything into the castle chicane. And Andreopoulos has just got away with it, you know. It's like Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew can get away with touching kids, and Andreopoulos has got away from Boris. Not that far ahead. potentially still in the DRS zone, but he's very close to getting away with it and up into third place. Oh, and Boris is stuck in the wall. That will be another wing. I think we're on to a record 10 wings. Oh, but Andriopoulos... Oh, no, yeah. Andriopoulos is going for him for his all pit stop, whereas Boris has gone into the pits, managing to get ahead due to the ghosting system in the game. Boris will be absolutely devastated with himself. If he wanted 10 wings, he could have gone to KFC for £6. But they're not that good anyway, but... Matty Pitt, he's up into P5 after his unfortunate wing change in the early laps. And obviously he will not need to make another pit stop as well, so... He's in a good position to fight at the end of this race. But look at this. Jay's managed to get back up into second place. But at what cost? He's lost a wing. He's 25.5 seconds behind the leader. Jack's wanting the Gino and the Pat battle. It is a Hamilton-Rosberg. Not yet. There's 8 seconds between them. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll come back if they are close together. What have we got here? Federbrigge attacking Jay. Oh, Hacksaw has put it in the wall through the castle chicane. And that is a safety car on a lap 6. McLaren with another wing. And Hacksaw is just going to have to flirt with the walls until he gets to the pit lane. But this will definitely help Jay out. This is what Jay needed. You know, that 26 gaps are going to come back down all the way. Matty deciding to pit under the safety car. Very interesting call from Matty. Will it work out? We'll just have to see. That drops him down to, by the looks of it, P8, maybe P9. Pat overtakes him for P8. And he sticks in P9. But Gino's pit. Obviously Hacksaw has pitted for a new wing. I might need to just phone up and order a bargain bucket for the guy. Because, you know, he's not getting very lucky, is he? Christian, it will also help after his early mistake. He's currently about a minute and a half behind anyone. Close to... Oh no, he has been lapped. So it's going to be very devastating for him as he slows down to keep the delta, and he will obviously have to stick behind little Jim under the safety car. Well, Jim took the opportunity to pit under the safety car. This could help Cruston and get him unlapped. I highly doubt it. No, he had to slow down for the Delta. So unfortunately, Cruston will be lapped under the safety car. Devastating from him. Little Jim playing around with his gearbox, sticking himself in third gear and not moving. Very interesting. Now I imagine Jay's going to get a bit of PTSD from the bobbing and weaving after what happened at the end of the VSC. Oh, close to the wall there. I imagine Jay's going to be very careful for the rest of this race. Don't want it to put foot wrong. And with only 8 laps gone so far, there's been a lot happening. We've had 2 DNFs with a VSC. We've had about 30 chicken wings. And that's just me sat in the commentary box. You know. But it's been a very interesting race. See what we get for the last 16 laps. Is it 16, I believe? 18. 18? Yeah, 18. Probably one more lap until the safety car restart as well. Still needs to be bunched up quite a bit. To this, we've got all the pack bunched up. This will make for a very interesting restart. Very interesting. Oh, and Kruston has pitted. Now I hope he understands this could effectively end the rest of his race because he will be lapped by close to everybody, unfortunately. There's been a 5-second penalty given to Federbriggi and Goodwill for contact under the safety car. I don't believe there is any damage on either of the cars, but that could hurt them in wanting a podium. But yeah, Patrick also pitted under there. Very interesting tactics with what he's going for. I'd imagine the safety car will be in this lap. Goodwill's got another second penalty for this. That puts him up to 10 seconds penalty. And I imagine he will be fuming in the cockpit there at that. But look, Pat has been the unluckiest of the lot. He's lost 7 places. And that's another penalty for Goodwill. I wonder if the blood has boiled. 3 5-second penalties in the space of a minute. Or if the blood has boiled in his head. He seems to be losing it. Sat in a P4. I imagine we are going to get the safety car restart very soon. Believe it will be on this lap. Yep, safety car is in this lap. Just gonna sit behind, we're gonna sit on Boris. We're gonna watch it from the restart. In fact, we watch it from Jim. Watch it from Jim. So Jim is effectively the safety car now. As the safety car speeds to get back into the pit lane. Jim will be doing everything to catch Jay off guard, as well as the rest of the grid. The question is, can he do it? He's got to time it almost perfectly. When is he going to go? He's gone now. There's multiple penalties. Andreopoulos got a penalty. Chispet has a 5-second penalty. And Matty Pitt also with a penalty. I don't understand what's gone on there. But, might getting a bit wide into turn 1. I don't know if the tyres were cold. I'm going to get back up to the top. I'm going to see the battle. I imagine that has thrown a spanner in the works for those 3 drivers that have the penalties. Let's have a look. What did they get them for? So Matty and Andropoulos got it for collisions with the Haas driver. The Haas driver got it for collision with Matty Pitt. But here we are. Jim's managed to gain a second on Jay. Jay's got a second on Federbrigge, who's got second on Goodwill, with the rest of the pack closely behind. Hacksaw dropping off from Smurfy, with Paul Cruston lapped by everyone. You're just going to have to hope for a very interesting end to the race and a potential for points, but it's very unlucky from the Alpine driver. There we have Jay speeding through. Oh, what's happened here? Andropoulos dropped a couple of places. Oh, and he's in the wall. That was a wing. And he's dived into the pits very safely. Chispa with a 3-second track limits warning as well. That's very unlucky for the Aston Martin driver. Little Jim just seems to be comfortable in this, environment. He's got the pole position by 3/10. You have the safety car, which hasn't helped him. He had 28 seconds on Jay. Let's have a look. Here we have Gino and Pat flying after one another. Jack asked for this earlier. They wasn't close together, but now we're going to get it. Gino on the mediums, Pat on the softs. Are they going to race hard, or a team order is going to come into play? That is the question. The DRS has been enabled as well. The Polish driver is coming through. He's going to get Gino. I believe he is going to get Gino. He has got Gino into turn 1. And he's back up into P7 where he qualified. Now he's going to get Chispa down the straight. Can he just edge him out? He gets very, very close to the curb. No damage. Oh, but Chispa has sent that. Oh, and that is wing on. And I imagine Pat will not be happy about that. That is a shocking dive bomb from the Haas driver. There was no need to put his car there. That's unlucky from Pat, because that will be another wing change, unfortunately, for him. And look at how much he's struggling to get past the track. You've got Smurfy who's catching up on him really quick. He's just really unlucky. I hope Smurfy realises to be clever, not try and overtake him into a tight turn, or else that could end in a huge accident. There we are. Smurf obviously will overtake Pat as he dives into the pits. is really unfortunate. I imagine Chiss will not be diving into the pit, so he did not get any damage. And he just closed any chance of the Ferrari driver getting past into that corner. I'm going to follow on board from the Ferrari driver. He's got the DRS on Chispert. He can't get close enough. By the looks of it, he won't get close enough unless he sends a dive bomb down. Gonna have to play this smart, is Smurf. Now, I thought that Chispert would have damage, which he could still. By the looks of it, he does. It's just quite stupid why he wouldn't go into the pits. That is the question. But up ahead, Little Jim with a comfortable lead of 4 seconds up ahead. He's cruising to his victory, but for now we're going to go back. We're just going to see what's happening. You know, you've got Chiss, who is trying his hardest to defend against the Ferrari driver. The real question is, does he have damage? Can we see from any of these onboard shots? Oh, Jay is in. Jay is in for the pits. I imagine this will be his last stop. He's got damage as well, again. Oh no. That's going to be very unlucky for him and very difficult to fly back through. It's been a difficult race for the championship leader, that's for sure. Jim is now up to 7 second lead. There we have Hacksaw. Hacksaw is hunting down the championship leader, but he's just not getting the time. You can tell the quicker driver, and the quicker driver is Jay, who's just cruising away from him. I'm going to go along board with Gino, or Gianola. Prefer Gianola. Now, Gino's had, I'd say, a faultless race, apart from the fact that obviously he had to pit within the first couple of laps. Oh, we've got Boris, who's closing up on goodwill. He's got the DRS on the Haas driver. Now, he doesn't necessarily need to pass goodwill, as he has the 15-second penalty. But I imagine the driver will more than likely want to pass him, even though he doesn't need to pass him. But Pat has retired from the race after going into the pits. It's been a difficult day for the Polish man, and I imagine he's not too happy with some incidents. It's unfortunate from him. It really is. But that leaves one Red Bull in the race. Gino up in P5. We also have behind, we have Matty Pitt, and we have Chiss. Chiss is catching. He's also most likely going to get DRS on the big straight. There's a yellow sector one, but that's just for Pat's AI DNFing. There's about 7/10 behind Matty Pitt. Will he be able to get Matty Pitt on the straight? Matty Pitt has decided to pit. How ironic, I know. That is Chiss up into 6th position. Jay sets the fastest lap of the race. He's currently flirting with fuel if you look in the middle. So he's trying all the stops for this race. So Matty Pitt's come out in P10, just behind Smurf in the DRS zone, but he also has Andriopoulos behind him, also within the DRS. Oh, but Jay's managed to get him. Sorry, I did not see that, but Jay has managed to get up into P6. He's flying through the field. We've got Boris. He's still on the tail of the Haas driver. He's trying his hardest to get through. We've got Hacksaw, who gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. But it looks like Boris will be diving into the pits for his final pit stop, which unleashes goodwill. And it also gets Gino up into P4, who's searching for another podium. Now it's the little battle between both McLarens. We've got Matty Pitt chasing down Hacksaw. Does a fake and he gets past the other McLaren. There is the yellow sector in sector 3. I wonder if... Yeah, he has. Andriopoulos has grazed the wall. He's lost an end plate, and that's another wing during this race. I tell you what, Jack, if you're still watching, I don't know who's taking more wings, you or just this whole lobby. Yeah, we got Matty. I imagine he will be hoping to get somewhat close to everybody else, or at least get some decent points on the board after missing Monaco. Oh, Goodwill's managed to get Fede Briggy as Fede goes into the pits. Fede obviously had the 5-second penalty as well, which has hindered him. Also means Gino is up into P3. Going for another podium. Congratulations to the Red Bull driver, but he also does have 8 laps to go. Hello, Pat. Obviously, that is your opinion. Me, the commentator, cannot say stuff, but I imagine you are very annoyed at certain stuff. Unlucky race from you. Gino a bit squirrely through there as well. But both the Alpha Tauris fighting, Freddy managing to pick up a penalty as well. Pat, I didn't manage to see your start. I was focusing on Jim and Jay's start to see, like what, like if they had contact or so. I didn't manage to see your start. Here we are. Good is in the pit. He's obviously also going to take a 5-second penalty. He's going to take a wing change as well. So, not the best for him. But that does move Gino back up into P3. And Jay's got a mountain to climb now. If Jay wants to win this race, he has a mountain to climb. He started P2. Jim started P1. And now he's got a 23-second gap. Will he be able to make it back up? Who knows? Smurf into the pits, where I imagine he's the last pit stop as well. Opting for the hard tyres with only 7 laps to go. It's a very interesting choice. I wonder what's gone down on there in the Ferrari garage to bring out the hard compound of tyres. But yeah, it's quite strange. Oh. Smurf picking up a 3-second penalty as he hunts down Hacksaw through sector 2. Getting close to him as well. Got Chiss in the garage for his 5-second penalty, as well as a wing change and a new set of tyres, taking the softs on for the last 6 laps. Here we have 5 laps to go. Jay's not managing to catch up to Jim. I imagine Jim could probably have a pit stop and take fastest lap off of Jay within that time. Doubt he would risk that though, but Gino is also cruising to a victory. Boris had to come in for a pit stop and a wing change, so I would imagine he has picked up some damage somewhere. That's very unfortunate for him. That does bring Matty up into a P6 and Goodwill up into a P5. You do have to sympathise for Cruston. Laps by the whole grid. There is blue flag, so I believe that was Smurf. Yes, it was. Oh, and there is something there. Chiss is back into the pits with another wing change. That is Hacksaw with Flow through the castle chicane as well. Sector 1 as well. Chiss hasn't had the best of times coming out of the pit, has he? Oh, and there is a big crash. Gino is out, and the Alpha Tower is also out. That's a double DNF. I'm very intrigued to see what happened there. With 3 laps to go, that is a safety car. I imagined it would be with it being on the pit straight. That is a safety car. Which makes the last lap, 2 laps, very interesting. You're going to have all the field bunched back up. You're going to have Jim and Jay neck and neck for a 2-lap sprint at most. You got Jay in the pits. Jay has pitted for soft tyres. Jim, has pitted for soft tyres. Well, Jay's in for the softs. Doesn't put it in the wall either. Obviously, Jim's caught up to the safety car. I imagine it could easily just be out for 1 lap as well. So here we are. We've got Jim and Smurf caught up to the safety car. It's just going to be interesting, you know. Whoever doesn't get caught up to the safety car has a real chance of being screwed at a chance of this podium. You've got Jay, who is just catching up. You've got Goodwill, who's going through the castle chicane currently. You've got Boris on his way through. Matty Pitt's coming through for a P5. Now remember, Goodwill has a 10-second penalty, which could hurt him quite a bit. The safety car will be in this lap as well. Wow. Wow, the safety car will be in this lap. Now that does put a spanner in the works for people like Boris and Matty and Andriopoulos, who are all catching up. We're going to get our watch of this. Jim is the de facto safety car, holding up the rest of the cars until he feels fit to go. And he's gone. It is a race to the checkered flag for a 2-lap shootout. Jay will be hunting down Jim. And can he do it? There's a yellow sector behind, but I believe that is just Smurf moving out of the way for Boris. Now DRS will not open for the last 2 laps either, so it's got to be solely down to ERS and the pace of the driver. Now Jim's already got a second ahead, so does this already foreshadow who will be crossing the line first? We will have to see. It's very close to the wall there. And Jim's managing to get away with it. And Jim's gone. He's got 1 lap to make sure he doesn't put it in the wall or anything. Can he do it? Can he survive under the pressure? Or will Jay come through and win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Azerbaijan here in Baku? Remember as well, Jay was flirting with fuel, and it seems he's running low on fuel as well. Maybe fuel's coming into play. Maybe fuel is coming into play. Jay sits a purple sector, so he will be using all the fuel he has left. But is Jim just too far out of reach from Jay? That is the question. Is Jim just too far? I think the answer to that question is yes. You're right, Rob. It has been an absolute dominant drive from Jim. He hasn't cracked under the pressure. He's probably the only person that hasn't had a wing change. He's been an absolute dominant drive. And here we are. He knows he's won. He gets cocky. And he crosses the line. And Jim is your winner of the Baku Grand Prix. Jay coming home in second. Goodwill will finish third on track, but drop down to fourth, with Boris being your third podium sitter. I believe Jim also had the fastest lap as well. Yes, he did, with a 1:40.2. Matty Pitt comes home in P5. Andriopoulos will come home for a P6. Chis will come home for a P7. Crusher with a P8. And Hacksaw barely coming home in P9. So it's all point finishers as well.